Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Creations by Karen. Sunday morning. It's time to get crafty. So let's see where we are. Let's see. Hi, guys. Let's see. Oh, I found us. Awesome. Okay. When you come on, make sure you say hi so I know you're here. I know we're early. Good morning, Denise. How are you? Good. Yep, I'm good. Yeah, of course I get it right up, right? So we have 1 minute to go. I'm on time. I'm on time this morning. Good morning, Joan. It's good to see everybody. Good morning, Lisa Lou. Thank you, my friend. How's everybody this morning? Good? It's going to be nice outside. It's going to be hot. I like hot. Oh, Lexi's here. She's saying hi to everybody. Hanging out. Good morning, Sue. Good morning, Michelle. Lexi says hi. She prefers the air conditioning to the heat. Good morning. Good morning. Hey. Good morning, Ida. Virginia. Good morning. So today we are going to make a Karen flower, but we're going to use 21-inch mesh because I have a whole lot of 21-inch mesh, and people did ask me about it. Good morning. Good morning, Lexi. Yes, there she is in all her glory. Look, say hi. But I'm going to put her away. I have to go to work. Oh, thank you. Yeah, please go find my cat. Good morning, good morning. Okay, so like I said, I have a whole lot of 21-inch mesh, and I had to figure out a way to incorporate that into the Karen flower. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And I did a lot of this stuff ahead of time because it would take a ridiculous amount of time in order to do that. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a 21-inch roll of mesh. You're going to need 2 of them. So if you're going to use 2 different colors, you do use 2 rolls. Now, you're going to need a full roll, cut in half, cut into 10-inch squares, right? And these are 21 inches, so it's like 10 and a bit, 10 and a half, I guess. So just make them 10 and a half inch squares. And you're going to need a roll and a half to make this. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Joanne. So this is, you don't have to use a wood burner to do this. I do, only because I like kind of finished edges, but you don't have to do this. So just take your roll of mesh and cut it in half, right? And you can do that however you do it. Good morning. Good morning, Carla. And then cut it into 10-inch squares, right? So I've gone ahead and done that because that takes quite a bit of time. So this is what you look like with your squares, right? So this is gold. This is actually a gold mesh. And see, it's just regular deco mesh, and it's very see-through. Good morning. And I've cut it into 10 by 10 squares. See, if you're looking on my grid, it's 10 inches by 10 inches. Okay? And yes, I did use my wood burner, but you don't, once again, you don't have to do that. And then I'm going to show you how to do the petal, but I'm going to show you that in 1 minute. So this is a round flower board, right? By Unique in the Creek, round flower board. Good morning, good morning. And of course, I am going to add a few extra holes. But what I did is made a grid on this side for you guys. All right. So here's a round flower board. All right, small flower board. And on the first row, I've put an S where you're going to use shared holes, all right? And I'll take a picture of this and post it so you guys can see. And on the second row, so this being 1, this being 2, I'm adding extra holes between the holes on the second row where I've put an X. I'm going to drill holes. Well, I've already done that, but, you know. And then you're going to put use shared holes between those. You'll get that in a second. And then on the third row, you're going to use the shared holes between these. And on the fourth row, you're also going to use shared holes. So once again, this is kind of what it looks like, guys. All right. So on the outside, I will post a picture of this. You don't have to worry about it. On the outside row, I'm going to put 32 petals. Good morning. On the second row, I'm going to put 32 petals, and I'll tell you why as we go along. On the third row, I'm going to put 16 petals, and on the fourth row, the center row, I'm going to put 12. So altogether, you're going to need 92 petals, which works out to a roll and a half of 21-inch mesh. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Nance. Okay, you got that? Okay, if you want to screenshot this, this is what it looks like. Okay? So, of course, I've gone ahead and I've put most of the tie wraps on. Not all of them, but most of them. So this is what it looks like. And it is very busy looking with all the tie wraps. Okay, and this is what it looks like at the back. But once again, using the Unique and the boards, you're not going to really see the back or anything other than these tie wraps. Okay? Right? So I have 32 on the outside. I actually only have 16 on this one because I'm going to add the shared holes after we put the petals in. 16 on the third row and then 12 on the inside. Okay? Got that? Thumbs up if you get that. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Okay? So I'm going to show you how to, and of course, look at this bucket of petals I've made. Right? I know. So I'm going to show you the petal. This is the Karen petal. Good morning, good morning. Thank you. Okay, so you have the finished edge, and we're going to use curl side up. And this is just me. I like to have the finished edge on the right-hand side. Your left, my right. Okay? So what you want to do is take your top to the bottom. So it looks like an umbrella kind of, right? See that? Okay? And then I'm going to place my hand on the top, and I pull this a little bit, and take my 3 fingers and hold that there. Then I take the top piece, come down, so that's where I'm at here so far. And then I take this side and come down. So I want to leave a little hole in the top here. Can you see that? Okay. And then I take this one and I fold it over to trap it so it doesn't unravel. And then I scrunch this bottom together. And that's what the Karen petal looks like. Okay? Got that part? Now what I like to do is take this with my scissors and cut it off. Cut excess off. And then I just take a small rubber band. Good morning, good morning. And then place this on my petal. So this is why you can make all of them ahead of time, right? So there you go. There's the Karen petal all done. Got that? Okay, let me show you again. And I'll show you as we go along. With each row, all right, here's my mesh. Good morning. Top to the bottom, 3 fingers up, top crossed, bottom across, leaving a little space at the top. Take this one, turn it in, trap it. So that's what I mean by trapping it. Okay, see how it's trapping this one? And then scrunch these together. Cut the excess off. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Bonnie, from the trailer. Watching from the trailer. Like it. And then just take your rubber band and put it on. And like you have to make 92 of these to make it. So from the time it took me to cut the mesh and fold all these petals was a movie and a half. So probably 3.5 hours maybe. There you go. Okay? Got it? Okay, so let's go and put these on. You're always going to start at the outside for this one. And I've already put the hanger on it. And I always suggest putting a hanger on it first, just so it makes it easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the just regular holes first. So meaning I'm going to take my petal, place it in, with these are 6-inch tie wraps, and skip every other one and then go back and place the other ones in. Okay, so just place your petal in, and you want to make sure this is going in the center. Okay? Perfect. So let's just go around and put all these in, and then we'll put the other ones in. So skip a tie wrap and put another one in. And you want these to be all approximately the same size. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but I like it. And this is actually gold mesh. And I got it last year around Christmas time. I'm just going to bring a bunch of petals up here and just place them in. So this is the easiest part of doing this, is just placing all these petals in. And this is a good way to use up 21-inch mesh. And boy, I have a lot of it. So I'll be making a lot of carom petals. Just go ahead and place them all in. So there's 16 that you're going to put on at the beginning, and then go around and put the rest of them on. And you want them to be all approximately the same size. So just watch where you're placing them. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can probably fast forward to the next part. But if you're watching this on Facebook and hanging out with me, then you can chat. Good morning, good morning. So skip one, put it in. So you're going to put 16 on. There's a lot of tie wraps on here. And sometimes what I like to do is just put the 16 in, and then, you know, go ahead and put the other 16 tie wraps on. But just for time saving purposes, I'm doing it all at once. So it's supposed to be an awesome day here in London, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, good morning. Hot, of course, which, you know, I'm never going to complain about hot because I don't like cold. So I ordered one of those big bags of dirt, those giant big bags of dirt, because I wanted to overseed my grass and do all that stuff, because why not, right? Can't go anywhere, still in lockdown. I mean, I'm not a tall person, and these bags are huge. So it was a bit of a challenge. I'm getting into it and getting the dirt out originally. There's dirt all over my driveway. That's okay. Anybody ever got those big bags of dirt? Hi, guys. Just keep going around, guys. Put these in. Now, if you're using heavily foiled mesh, you certainly don't need as many petals, right? Get my big bag of petals here. So what I like to do is put 16 in, cut all the excess, tie wrap off using 6-inch tie wraps, 18 pound. I got them from Unique in the Creek in a bag of 1,000. It was awesome. So I got 1,000. I've just ordered more. Because once again, if you're making this caron flower and you're making a lot of them, you need almost 100 per flower. So, yeah, done another order. It's like a weekly thing. Sometimes twice a week, depending on what I need to make. Good morning, Marlene. Alright, just keep going around. A couple more to go for my first round. And that you can, it's just really kind of cool to be able to like make this and see how it fills in. Like I said, the first row's a little bit challenging, but whatever. Just take your time. Okay, so this is my last one on my first row before I cut my tie wraps off. And I'll show you what it looks like. Missed the beginning. Did you use 21-inch mesh? Yep. Totally did. 21-inch mesh, cut in half, and then cut in 10-inch squares. And then I'm going around and cutting all this excess tie wrap off. Yes. Yep, I'll show you what it looks like once I get it all in. These all off. You don't need to turn these. I do. You don't have to. I just think if you turn them, the petals lay flatter, the next ones. Once again, it's, you know, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. No big deal. Yes, this is my handy little, this tightens the tie wrap and cuts it off, which is awesome. Got it on Amazon. Cool looking cutter. Yeah, it's awesome, Joe. Yep. It eliminates a lot of time. And saves your hands a bit. Okay, so this is what my first row looks like with my Karen petal on it. Okay, see how it's like big spaces? We're going to fill them in. Okay, so doesn't matter where you start. Just take your petal and go into the ones that have left, right? And so if you're using deco mesh, regular, like heavily foiled deco mesh, when you put the second one on, it kind of lays on top of the two you've placed already. But if you're using regular mesh, like not heavily foiled mesh, it'll just sit in the middle. Maybe slightly on top. You want to make sure that they're fairly centered. There goes a petal. It's not the Star Trek petal, it's a Karen petal. I'll show you how to do it in a minute. When I do the next row, I'll show you guys how to do the petal. Thank you. So just go ahead and place these ones in, and then we're going to the next row, and I'll show you how to do the petal for those of you who are late. Missed the beginning. Pick this one up. Yes, I did use a wood burner on them. You don't have to because you're not going to see the raw edges. But yes, I did use a wood burner to cut them. And you're going to need 92 altogether, 92 petals. And it takes a while to sort of get the hang of how to make it. But once you do, it's easy. So as we go around, you can see how that's sort of really filling in. And that's what I like, is just everything looking full and unique, making it unique, making it you. So this is just gold mesh. I've made them in all different colors. Good morning, Linda. But I had a lot of gold, and so that's why I thought I'd go ahead and make a gold one for you. And I made one in red and green, like striped mesh. To me it looks like a Christmas wreath, so I did something Christmassy. I'm going to show you at the end. Good morning, good morning. So there's a lot of things you can do with the Karen petal, or the Karen flower. Changing out things, and I don't know if this looks like I think it's got too many petals to be a poinsettia, but can look festive, I guess, if you're using the right colors. I think I'm going to do some in heavily foiled gold and silver for Christmas to see how they look and figure out something to do for the inside of it. Good morning, good morning. So just go around and just place them all in. And like I said, this is the easy part. The hardest part is cutting the mesh and folding the petals. And using, I mean, there's a lot of, you guys have a lot of regular deco mesh, like meaning not poly burlap, not fabric mesh, just regular run-of-the-mill deco mesh. Very fine, see-through. This is a good way to use it. And I have a lot. Hello from Boston. Nice to see you. If you're new to the page, say hi and tell me where you're from. Good morning, good morning. Okay, a couple more to go on and then I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to put the last one in and then I'm going to cut my tie wraps off and then I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to the next row and I'll show you how to do the petal again. Okay? Alright. So, got my cutter. Just going to go ahead and cut all these off. Make sure you have your garbage handy. I have a lot of red and white, but not very good quality. Absolutely, Mary. This is not good quality mesh. I think I got this at Canadian Tire. I know, I never knew that Canadian Tire. At Christmas time, a lot of places carry mesh. But yeah, absolutely. This is like an awesome way to use up all your 21-inch mesh. Could you make this on a metal frame? I have some you need. Yeah, I think you could. What you might have to do is take some mesh, like plastic mesh, you know, embroidery mesh, and place it on the inside. Just figure out how you I mean, I have a lot of wire frames too. They're going to lay dormant, I think, because after using the Unique and the Creek boards, I don't use wire anymore. Okay, so here's what we got, my friends. Yeah, it'd be awesome. Okay, so there's my first row. 32 petals. Okay? Now you can go ahead and just turn these tie wraps heads to the side. I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the petal again. So this is what the 21-inch gold mesh looks like. It's cut in half. See how see-through that is? So you just put it in a diamond, take the top to the bottom, okay, just scrunch it a bit, put 3 fingers there, put this over, take this one, leave a little spot at the top, sort of like this, see it? Then take this side and come over a little bit, so you're right here, see how it's folded over? Then hold this and scrunch the other side together to that. So this is what you got. Alright. Then I hold this and cut the excess mesh off. And then just take a small rubber band. Good morning from Texas. Good morning. Put a small rubber band on it. And that's what you're left with. The Karen petal. I'm going to show you again. Just take your 10 by 10 inch square, take the top to the bottom, pull it slightly, take this side, cross it down, take this side, cross it over, leave a spot so it's a little bit open, move this across to trap the other side, and scrunch it together. Good morning, good morning. You love the new rails, I do too. Yeah, I've done a few at the back. I've sold a lot of them, boy. Whew. And just put your little rubber band on. Okay? So there you go. Karen Petal. Good morning from Pennsylvania. So we're going to go ahead and start with the second row. You can just go ahead and put them all in. You don't have to skip one. So just place it down. And I like to put the tie wrap right where the rubber band is, but you don't want to impinge on the next row at the bottom. See what I mean here? Look. See, I've gone about almost 3/4 of the way. And just put your petals in. Now I'm going to show you something as we get this row done. It took me a couple of petals. Easy sellers, yeah. Yeah. And you can sell them reasonably priced, certainly. I think, anyway. Or I do. Because they certainly don't take a whole lot of mesh. So you want the petals all to be approximately the same size. Yeah. What is the approximate size of the petal after the tails are trimmed off? So that's 2 inches. I would say 3.5 inches. So here's my 2 inches here. So I would say, yeah, about 3 inches. 3 inches. So when you're placing your petals down onto your board, make sure that you have that little, I call it the peekaboo top. Hi from Moncton. Hi Karen. Barb from Hagersville. Love me Canadians on here. Well, welcome. Are you new to the page, Barb? Hagersville. Yeah, I don't know where Hagersville is. I heard the name. Hagersville. You're welcome. So just go ahead and place these. So this is 16 petals going around with just using the existing holes and adding a set of holes between each existing set. Right? And I will post a grid at the end of this so you guys can see how I've put the extra stuff on and where to do shared holes. So once again, just place these in. You're finding my cat. Good. Oh. It's always important to find my cat. Thanks, guys. Find my cat. Find my cat. Oh. What part of Ida? Yeah, I don't know what part of Newfoundland Ida's from either. What part, Ida? That's a small looking one, so put it aside. We'll use it for the center. Got my whole big bucket of petals going on here. Tilbury? That's not far from me. Tilbury, Ontario, near Windsor. Right? I'm originally from Sault Ste. Marie, but you live in Windsor. Wow. Windsor's like an hour and a half from London, or 2 hours-ish, I guess. Ohio, welcome from Ohio. We're making a Karen flower. I was pretty excited to have my own flower. I was trying to do something different. I never want to be like everybody else, you know. I'm kind of one of those people that likes to be unique, that's for sure. Thank you. Okay, last one going in, and then I'm going to clip all these off. Extra tie wrap. Flipping them off. And I'll show you why I'm waiting to put the extra petals on in a second. So cut these off, go around, just cut them off. Yes, I'm using 6-inch tie wraps. I got these from Unique in the Creek. They come in a bag of 1,000. You're going to need 92 tie wraps to make this flower. 92, but it's a good way to use up your 21-inch mesh. Good morning, from sunny Jacksonville, Florida. Hi, Peggy. Yeah, just go around, cut them all off. And I'll hold it up and show you why I'm going to put more petals on. So this is the second row with 16 petals, okay? But you see how there's a big space in between here? I don't like it. I don't like that space. And by doing this a lot, I figured out that using Deco Mesh, like just regular Deco Mesh and not like using Value Mesh, you really need to put more petals in that second row. So, I got my tie wraps here. Are you using the big board? No, I'm using it on the small flower board. I've been making wreaths just for, and I love it. Thank you, I do too. So you're just going to place your tie wraps in between these two petals, just like this. And this will take a second to do this. So when you're placing your tie wrap, make sure you're feeding the one end into the flat end of the tie wrap, for those of you who are new to this. Are you using the big board? No, I'm using the small board. Small flower board. Blenheim. Hi, Jerry. No, where Blenheim is. Near Chatham. Sister lives in Chatham. So this can get a little bit tight with your extra holes that you've already put in. And if you're just coming into the party, you're late, I put extra holes in between the the existing holes on the second row. And now I'm going back and I'm using the shared holes between them. How did you cut the 21-inch mesh? I cut mine with a wood burner. I cut it in half first, and then I cut it into 10-inch squares. Yeah, you know, but if you have just, I guess they call it in the States value mesh, it's certainly not good quality mesh. It doesn't have much foil or anything to make it a little bit heavier. This is a perfect way to get rid of it if you have a lot of it at your home and don't know what to do with it. Lori had mentioned you being so good at all the rail wreaths. Yeah, I like making them. They're fun and they're quick to make. Like, I have a few of them at the back there. Thank you. But I had a lot of people ask me about my Karen flower using Value Mesh and how many petals I would have to use, and so I thought I needed to do a tutorial on that to try to get people to use up their Value Mesh, not using poly burlap or fabric mesh, which, I mean, I love that mesh too, but I have so much Value Mesh here. I know. Stay cool, gonna be a hot one. Oh yeah, I know. I got one of those big bags of dirt delivered to my house. Friday, Thursday, I guess it came. Thursday or Friday? Friday maybe. A yard of topsoil. So I did my front yard Friday. I'll be doing my backyard today. The Karen petal. It's the Karen petal. It's my own petal. And I'm going to show you how to make it when we start our next row. So putting all these in, and I wouldn't put these in before you have your petals placed on your second row, just because there's not enough room, and you'll be cussing trying to get all the petals in. And these will lay slightly over these two existing petals. So I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. So by the time you put all these extra petals on, you're going to have 32 petals on the second row as well as 32 petals on the first row. Right? Okay. Almost there, guys. Almost there. So once you have all your petals made and all your cut and folded, this works up really quickly. And I do use a drill to cut my holes for my second row. Just a power drill. It's no big deal. Good morning, Peggy. Almost there, guys. Couple more. And then we'll go ahead and put the petals in. And I'll show you guys again how to fold the petal once we start the next row. Curious, what would you charge for this wreath? I'm going to say probably, well, I would say probably 65, but I've had people say more. But usually what I like to do is charge 2 times what it costs me in material to make it. So when you add up your board, your tie wraps, your mesh, your center, I charge twice what it cost me. Loving this from New Brunswick. Well, welcome. I'm loving it too. Okay, oh my goodness, I just dropped one. I got a whole bucket of petals that I've already made, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in, and then I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So I'm going to put this in, and it's going to lay slightly on top of the 2 petals that I put in already, okay? And just zip it closed. And sometimes this is a challenge, but whatever, we can do it. So just place it in, and then do the next one. Slightly on top. You want them to be all approximately the same size. Just go around. Once you've got all your tie wraps filled, you've done your row. So just like this with everything else, it takes practice to do this. Practice to make the petal, practice to get them placed where you want them. I've done the work for you because I figured out how many you need and how the placement needs to go. But, it's important to make things your own. Karen from Niagara Falls. Hey, Karen from Niagara Falls. It's beautiful there, Karen. Love Niagara Falls. Just place this down. And keep going around. And like I said, it's slightly over top of the ones that you've put down previously. Right? I know. Okay. And what you just want to make sure when putting your petal down, that you have that little opening at the top facing up. Not facing bed down or facing to the side. See what I mean? A little hole here. I'm just going to put it down. Make sure that little hole is facing up. And what I'll do when I'm done, I will take a picture of this as well as take a picture of the grid, and I will post it on my Facebook page, Patience by Karen. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm not posting it on YouTube. Any luck finding the yellow? No. No. Yellow is, you can't get yellow. In Canada anyway. And shipping from the States is crazy expensive here anyway. Well, shipping in Canada is expensive. Good morning. Hope everyone is well. Long weekend. Yay. You got your vaccine yesterday. Awesome, Jerry. I got mine in March. I haven't got my second dose yet, but coming up. More in the bucket here. So you have 32 on the outside row and 32 petals on the inside, the second row in. So that's 64 so far, and there will be more. Just place this down. And this is, I don't know if you guys can see how pretty this is. It is a shiny gold. There is a little bit of shine to it. It doesn't show really well on my phone, but it is pretty. Just turn this slightly. Fargo, North Dakota. Well, welcome from Fargo, North Dakota. I think there was a show once called Fargo, wasn't there? Was that in, is that where you're from? Is that where the show's from? Fargo? Okay, one more, and then I'll cut them off and I'll show you what it looks like. So you remember what it looked like with just a 16 on there? It looks way different now with 32. But you got all this 21-inch mesh hanging out at your house, so you might as well use it up. So this takes about a roll and a half of 21-inch mesh. Good morning, good morning. Just go around and clip all these off. You can turn the heads to the side if you want. Just for time, I'm not doing it. And you don't need to. Alright. You're doing great. Here we go. Last one. That doesn't want to cut. Why is that? Useless. Cut that. There we go. Okay, here's my second row in. Filmed in Minneapolis. Oh, really? No. Okay, here's my second row in. So there's my Karen flower with 2 rows in. And so far, I've used 64 petals. I am using a half of a styrofoam ball. You can get them at Unique in the Creek already cut. Late to the party. Okay. Oh, yard work, yeah. You're not proud of that film? Oh. Okay, I don't remember it really. Didn't make an impact on me. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you the petal again. This is what we're going to use for the center. I like black for the center. So black and gold. So what I did is just took a Unique in the Creek half ball, painted it black, put a coat of, after it was dry, put a coat of MODGE on it, and then I had black glitter, and I just put black glitter on it, waited for that to dry, and then put another coat of MODGE on. It's very shiny. It's very nice. Alright, I'm going to show you the petal. Here's my 10 by 10 square, curl side up. Take your top to the bottom. Put 3 fingers here, stretch it slightly. Take your top, fold it over, right? Hold it down with your fingers. Leave a hole at the top, cross it over. So there's where you're at. Okay. Then take this side, cross it over, and what that does is traps it. And then put your finger on that, and then scrunch it together. Good morning, good morning. Happy long weekend, Laura. There you go. So there's the Karen petal. And then cut the excess off. And then place a rubber band on there. Here we go. Karen petal. I'm going to show you again. One more time. Here we go. Curl side up. Take your top to the bottom. Put your 3 fingers to pull it slightly. Turn this down. Hold this part. Take this. Come across so you have a little opening at the top. Turn this over. Scrunch it together. Cut the excess off. Good morning, good morning. And then put your rubber band on. Okay, like so. Easy peasy now. Okay, let's put them in. So once again, I'm going to put one in, skip a tie wrap, and put another one in. All right, and that's just because I want the second row to lay slightly on top of the existing petals. Okay, put that one in. Goodness sakes. Here we go. You're welcome. You were saying 10-inch square. So what did, well, it's 10 and a bit, right? 10 and a half, I guess. As long as it's like close to a square. Yeah, so I'm using 21-inch mesh. So if you're cutting it in half, it would be 10 and a half. It doesn't really matter about the 1/2 inch. I'm going to cut it off anyway. Alright, just move forward. And it's very technical, Mary. Yeah, so just take your 21. I mean, I certainly wouldn't cut an inch off my 21-inch mesh to make it exactly perfect. No petal's perfect. Nothing in life is perfect, I don't think. You just put this down. You're welcome. Just go to the next one. So there's existing 8 holes on this 3rd row. And what I'm doing is going to be going around and using the shared hole between them. Okay? For another, to add fullest. Because if you don't do this, you're going to see the board. You're going to see things. So, I mean, yes, it's a bit of extra work. It makes it worth it when your petal looks really good when it's done. Just curious. No worries. I didn't do anything with it, Mary. I just incorporated it into the petal. Just place this down and zip it up. Okay. Well, here's my last one on my 1st row, on my 3rd row. Going around. Just zip it together. And then just cut your excess tie wraps off. Okay, so just go around and cut these off. There we go. Just like this. Good morning, good morning. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay, guys. There we are. Okay, so there's my 3rd row with 8 petals on. All right. There we go. 3rd row, 8 petals. Love the color. That's very pretty gold. Now I'm going to put petals into the next tie wraps that I've placed on the 3rd row. And because I've left space, this will just lay slightly down. Okay? So basically when you're putting these petals in, you just want to make sure that nothing shows from the previous row. Just place them down. Zip them tight. Yeah, it's very pretty actually. I was surprised at how nice it looked. Alrighty. I don't think I brought my coffee down this morning. I need a drink. Alright, put this down. So you're just putting 8 more on your third row, which is a total of, with that weather well hung outside on a fence, I would spray it. I would spray it before I put it out. Definitely. So you can get that spray that has UV protection. There we go. I folded 2 full rolls of petals because I have another roll that I'll do it again in another with gold because I had 3 rolls total. So you use a roll and a half of 21-inch mesh to make this, which is a good way. Yes, I'll make the petal. I'm going to do it when I start the 4th row. Absolutely. Yep. Well, welcome, welcome. Here we go. Yes, it would. I mean, it would hold up well on a fence. Absolutely. Okay, let's cut these off, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So this is our 3rd row completed. Where are we at with time? 9:51. We got to stay to the hour. I'm sure everybody's got lots to do today. Here in Ontario, it's nice out. Sunny, 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 sunny. Okay, so there's our 3rd row done. Okay, 3rd row done. Here we go. So, yes, you can. I'll show you the back, absolutely. Okay, so right now this is the back. All right. Very full. I love it too. Love it, love it, love it. All right, I'll show you the petal. For those of you who are late to the party. Okay, so I have 21-inch mesh. The roll I cut in half. So it's 10.5 inches. Cut in 10-inch squares. 10.5-inch squares. Very full. I love it too. Okay, so make a diamond shape. Take the top to the bottom. Pull this slightly. I put 3 fingers on there. Take your top. Come across. I place my fingers down. I want to leave a little bit of a hole, opening at the top here. Come across, leaving that opening. Taking this, crossing over slightly, and you're scrunching the other side together. So this is what it looks like. Okay, then I cut this off and put a rubber band on it. Yeah. I'm going to show you this one more time. One more time. Purl side up, top to the bottom. Pull slightly. 3 fingers. It's 3 fingers for me. If you have giant hands, you're going to need 2. Pull this down. Hold this part. leave a little space, pull this down, turn this one across to trap that one, and then scrunch it together. Nice. So exciting. Yay! Make sure you post it. Email me so I can see what it looks like. Good. Cutting the mesh. Yeah, that's the hard part, man. Okay, there we go. Hair and petal. Right. On to the last row. So, you have existing four holes on the center of this small flower board, unique in the Greek. And I'm going to put one petal in each of those existing holes, right? And then we're going to use shared holes. So just place your petal in and zip it closed. One in each of the existing holes, not using the shared holes. I'm just going to cut these off as I go. All right, there's one, skip one, put one in here. Close it up. Flip it off. All right. Put this next one in. So you skip one and put the next one in. Zip it closed. Flip it off. You're welcome. 1.5 inch, yeah, 1.5 rolls, yeah. And then your last one, you go in. So these are put in the existing holes. So the other ones I'm going to put in are going to be putting in shared holes. All right. So place this down and zip it closed. And clip the excess off. You're welcome. All right, so there's four in. Now, you have 4 more tie wraps left. See that? 4 more tie wraps. And you want to put 2 petals in each of those tie wraps. All right, so what I want to do is just get 2 about the same size. And they don't have to be perfect. So I'm just going to place these down. Make sure that they're facing the right way. You're welcome. And zip it closed. And I like to cut them off as I go along, just it's easier. Okay. Take this one and this one. Take that. Place it into my tie wrap. So it's important that they're roughly the same size. But you know, flowers aren't perfect. This doesn't have to be. I like it to be as perfect as possible. But if a petal isn't the right size, oh well. Just my thought. Means nothing. Okay. Put this up. I'm just looking for 2 sort of same, smaller, sort of narrower petals here. That'll work. Bring this, just place it in. Just make sure that's exactly where you want it when you put it, before you zip it closed. You're welcome. Last petal's going in. just use these two. Mix them in. You just want to make sure that the opening is from the top of the petal is facing in the right direction. And zip it closed. Alright, so I have all my petals in place. Now I'm going to turn these tie wraps to the side, the heads of the tie wraps to the side, because I am going to be putting the center on it, and I don't want these tie wraps to make it stick up a little bit. So just turn them to the side. Alright? So this is what we got so far here. So this is the carom petal without the center. There you go. You're welcome. What do you think, guys? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. That's awesome. All right. If you're watching this on YouTube, thumbs up anyway. All right. So there's my carom petal, or my carom flower. I just got to put the center in. Now, if you're just joining us, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it. It's very full. It is very full. Okay, this is my center. I wanted to go black because it's just a really nice contrast with the gold. So I just took a half of ball, cut it in half, or you can get them these from Unique in the Creek that are already cut. Thank you. Thank you. And then painted it black, used acrylic paint, and then waited for that to dry. And then I put a coat of MODGE, semi-gloss MODGE on top of it, glittered it. This is glittery. Waited for that to dry, and then put another coat of MODGE on top to seal that in, okay? And then I applied a chenille stem with just some flower picks, and then hot glued a piece of foam on top of it. All right? Perfect. Okay. So then I want to find the middle of this, because that's important, but it's not hard to do. So what I'm going to do, there's existing hole here, and an existing hole directly across from it. So you just place this down and pull it snug. And I use Gorilla Glue when I'm making all my stuff, so I know that it's not going to come apart, right? So just take it, and then what I do is I twist it at the center, give it a couple of good twists, and then I just kind of stuff it in one of the holes on the opposite side. So I'm going to cut a little bit of excess off here and off of this side. Okay? And then I just feed this through the hole. And it doesn't go anywhere. And nothing on the back of this wreath is going to hurt anybody's door. Right? So there's the back of the flower. Hang on a second. And then this is the front. Okay? So just going again, you have 32 petals on the outside row, 32 petals on the inside row, 16 petals on the third row, and 12 petals on the fourth row. Thank you. So 32, 32, 16, 12. And I'm in love with it. The carom flower. Alright? Now, I'm going to show you what I did. I had some green and red mesh, stripe mesh, and I made this. Carom flower, but look what I did to the center of it. Just got to get it off here. So once again, here's the back. See that? Are you ready for the front? Look. Here's the front. Right? So this is the same carom flower, but I just added some glittery gold ornaments to the inside. So I think this would make a really good wreath for Christmas, right? Cool, eh? I know. So many things you can do. Thanks, Gay. Happy belated birthday, my friend. Anyways, that's it. That's it for today. 10:03. A little bit late. Sorry. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, listen, you guys have a great Sunday. If you live in Ontario, stay in your lockdown status, right? Wear your mask, stay home, wash your hands, get a shot. And next Sunday we're going to make. I'm not going to tell you until midweek because I'm waiting for something to come. What color mesh was that one, Kim? It was a red and green striped mesh that I had. A Christmas one. You're welcome. So yeah, so next week we're gonna, I don't know what I know what I want to make, but I'm just waiting for something to come. Okay? So until then, guys, have a good one, and look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Take care now. Love you all. Bye.